Hello everyone. Today I am doing a new setup, so hopefully the audio sounds okay. Not really sure, won't know until I start editing, but today we are talking about the best books on dinosaurs and evolution. Hopefully this is just a part 1 video because there are some more books I want to get on this topic, but until I get those and add them to my collection, these books will have to do for now. And the ones I have now, I'm pretty content with because they are really, really good. So if I get any new dinosaur books in the future, it'll just be like an extra book to have because the ones I have now already have so much information. However, I said dinosaurs and evolution. So the first book I have to mention is Why Darwin Matters. This book is the first book I ever got that's dedicated to evolution, and I actually got it like ironically at a church sale, which a lot of like religious people I feel like don't want you to know about evolution, or at least that's what I was kind of around, because when I was taught evolution in school, I was pretty much told that it's not real and that God made everything. So I was stunned when I got this book and started to actually learn more stuff about evolution, because it's amazing how we really did evolve from bacteria in the water into fish, into land animals, and then now we're people today. It's crazy. This is a really good book to start off with because it really does explain why Darwin matters, and I feel like it's a really important book, especially if you are trying to learn how to debate people who tell you that evolution isn't real. Next up is the World Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs and Prehistoric Creatures. This is the first dinosaur book that I actually got, and I think I got it when I was like 13, so around the same age I got the evolution book. This book is probably the best book I think is on this list if you just want to look at a collection of dinosaurs, because obviously there's a lot more to learn than just looking at dinosaur skeletons. However, if you really want to like learn the names of dinosaurs and have a brief section dedicated to how evolution works, then this is a really great book to have. But if you want to focus on human evolution, then A Brief History of Humankind, I think, is a really great book to read. I think it's so interesting how people have evolved over thousands of years. Like, we really did go from being Neanderthals to becoming civilized humans who have cities and houses and a society. Like, it's crazy. But of course, dinosaurs are really, really important to me. I actually care more about learning about dinosaurs than learning about human evolution, honestly. Like, I really do love dinosaur evolution and learning about dinosaurs. So I think The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs is a really, really great book. And there is a part 2, which is The Rise and Reign of the Mammals. So if you are more interested in prehistoric life, then this is amazing. This is a really great option for you. However, just thought I would put this in here for some reason because it was on my mind. There are people who claim to still see pterosaurs in the skies today, which I have seen some prehistoric looking animals before. And it is crazy when you see like a thunderbird or other pterodactyl-like looking creatures in the sky. It's insane. So I think it's really crazy how there's so many sightings of pterosaurs. So if you want to check out the cryptozoology section for dinosaurs, this is a pretty good book. However, coming back to science and not cryptozoology, Why Evolution is True is an amazing book. This book, I think, is actually one of the best books on evolution because it's not only focuses on like animal evolution, but also human evolution. And it explains it in a really nice way. So it doesn't feel like a debate, but rather, I guess, like you're being taught. I think the description of the book even states how this book wasn't made to prove creationist theory wrong, but rather that there is proof to back up evolution and that it's really important to know. And I think this is the best book I would say off of this list because it does have a lot of information that not only debunks creationist theory, but it also teaches you a lot more about evolution that you probably hadn't known before. I actually learned a lot from this book in particular because there is so much about evolution that not only has affected us thousands of years ago, millions of years ago even, but to this day still continues to prove that it exists. So I really love Why Evolution is True. It's a really amazing book. It explains everything very, very nicely, and it's written so well. It has great illustrations. It's amazing. It's a perfect book. Obviously, Why Darwin Matters is also a really, really great book, but I think Why Evolution is True is a better option. Why Evolution is True feels like a more friendly approach. Why Darwin Matters feels like a more debate type of approach, which I like both. So, depending on what you prefer, pick which one you would rather buy. But next up is Dinosaurs Rediscovered. This is the scientific revolution in paleontology. I believe the inspiration for this book being written was because paleontologists discovered that, guess what? Dinosaurs had feathers. And that changed so much. Like, just finding out that it changed so much for history, because we think of dinosaurs as these giant reptiles, but it turns out they may have had feathers. And it turns out the T-Rex also may not have even roared. It may have just made pigeon noises. And stuff like that is just really, really just interesting and really, really cool. I actually got this book as a gift from a subscriber, so thank you so much for using my Amazon wishlist. Speaking of Amazon wishlist, I also got this book as a gift from a subscriber. Paleontology and Illustrated History. This is amazing, okay? I see a lot of dinosaur books that are pretty much like, here's how dinosaurs started, here's how they evolved, and then they went extinct, basically. However, this book is the paleontology history, and it is paleontologists, like, over time discovering bones and how people viewed them and everything. It's so interesting. It's so different. You know, for example, there is a page that explains how back in, like, Greece, there were ancient people who found dinosaur skeletons and they thought it was a monster of Troy. They had no clue what dinosaurs were. You know, dinosaurs are pretty much, I would say, a newer part of history. Like, the only reason that we actually know about dinosaurs now is because somebody happened to dig them up. The ancient people had no clue these things existed. So when they found a T-Rex skull or maybe any other dinosaur, they probably either thought it was mythical creatures, monsters, because they had no clue what dinosaurs were, of course. So this book is really, really cool because it's the paleontology history. Meanwhile, other books are more so dinosaur history. So if you like dinosaur history books, that's obviously really, really cool. But if you want to see how paleontology has developed over the years, then this is the perfect book to read, I would say. Learning about dinosaurs is amazing, but learning about digging up dinosaurs is also really, really cool. So this was really fun to talk about. If you have any dinosaur book recommendations, then put them down in the comments. Anyway, bye!